than this one. Being human and being wrong. Everyone keeps telling me to grow up fast, and that is so tough. You run my head around it. Your idea rules, ego tripping to look. We do people know we're in this world. Yeah, we're surviving, getting through anything. Stay alive. It's hard to stay in heart. Worthless game that never wins. Love in the darkness, hate the end. 何が正しくて何が間違っているんだ。僕はただここで生きてると叫びたいだけ。I have voices calling my mind to them. I will never give up on this way anymore. No panic can stop me. This is the way I am. I say could you drop it, baby? Yeah. So this is the way I am. Yeah.
Alright, welcome back to Hentai Prison. Okay, I wasn't expecting to do like a second recording today, but like I felt like reading today. Something about Chisato's route today I think it finally clicked. So it finally got moving. Anyway, let's get started. I probably only have like an hour or an hour and a half or two. Let's see. Since then, I'm starting hanging out in the library. I always take a seat in the blind spot, directly in front of where she used to sit. It feels as if her scent is lingering in the air. But she doesn't come back here. Not even once.
1310番？そんな囚人ここへは来たことないわよ。貸し出し履歴にも名前はないし。誰のことを言ってるの？
She's saying, who are you talking about? Something, something. No one in this facility knows about Chisato. It is as if she were a yure.
おい、修一郎よ。あんましここ長居しねえ方がいいんでねえの？てめえいろいろと目つけられてるみてえだし。
What I have in my hand is a privately published book about the island where the facility is located. This place used to be a coal mine. It was called Minatojima. Oh yeah, they did say that in Naika's route. Because ships could dock from anywhere. A huge company bought up what was then a mere rocky inlet and turned it into a coal mine by filling it in. Okay, so they did this whole thing in Taika's route near kind of in her route, so they're now doing it kind of in the middle, so that's interesting.
ナモリって財閥だろ？でっけえ戦艦作ってたって。今は藻から作るクリーンエネルギーがどうとか。
Okay, he kind of mentioned about Zaibatsu owning this, which is like a conglomerate, you know. Or in Korea they call it Cheol or something, some shit I forgot. Anyway, it's a conglomerate. And then he mentioned about something about things shifting to clean energy, etc., because, you know, this is coal. And, you know, that's the very opposite of clean energy. Anyway, while it was a coal mine, various commercial facilities were built underground. A department store, a movie theater, a swimming pool, a bowling alley, a club, and even a pachinko parlor. Oh my god! Like, it was a fully functioning town. Like, we don't even see anything that looks like remnants of that. 1/3 of the entertainment star miners' wages disappeared into that pachinko parlor.
俺もシャバじゃスロットばっかやってたから気持ちはわかんぜ。人間社交心にはかなわないってことよ。
There is no mention of any underground facilities being used for punishment. I've read several books, but the island only had one small detention center, and that apparently didn't even have locks.
炭鉱より深くにある棒？そんなものはただの噂だろ。
Well, well, we already know that's not the case, but like, I'm trying to remember the stuff that, because remember, Yuga was our friend in the other route, and here she's she's the antagonist of this route. I'm trying to remember when she did an info dump about the history of the island, but like, well, this island still partly sponsored by the Zaibatsu that used to own it. They did sell it to the state, but like they still put in funds. And Mizushiro is like a representative from the company. So I guess the mindset for Yugao, the other way of looking at it about this prison isn't thinking of it as just like any normal prison, but like you're kind of moving up in the business, you know, because the money that the island is getting, it's getting more money from the Zaibatsu than the state. Now they didn't really mention about that much history from what I remember, but it was interesting. They really even had these things in them. Like there doesn't seem to be any semblance of any of these in the like. There wasn't even signs, you know. Anyway, even the guards that work in the prison seem to know nothing about it. Yeah, like there's only two, as far as we know, there's only two or even three people who know about the underground prison area. Like the Iron Mask guard, but that guard doesn't seem to go up. But somehow, I mean, where does the Iron Mask guard get her food? Get the food to feed the prisoners? And then we know we already saw Yugao. I can imagine Mizushiro is aware, maybe, or maybe she isn't. Maybe she isn't. I mean, they, well, Chisato went in the deep part of the prison like 10 years ago, so. And at that point, Yuga was like a rookie guard. So I'm pretty sure she knows that it exists at the very least. So there's at least three people. No, make it two. Let's make it two, because we don't know when Mizushiro became the warden. It's totally possible that she became warden out of like, you know, fucking. She was appointed by the Zaibatsu or whatever. Anyway, may I know if you know anything about the damn war?
尻がどうしたんだ？
You don't know about the damn ward?
あ？
Huh?
前にも言ったが、公正不能棒について俺が知っているのはあくまで噂程度の話だ。裏のはっきり取れてない情報は売らないようにしてる。だからこいつもタダでいい。
Alright. Considering Kogitani-san is one of the prisoners, he's one of the prisoners who went into the prison at the same time Chisato did. And he is like, he doesn't know if it's true or not. The information broker knows the facility inside out, but even he emphasizes that this is a hearsay.
炭鉱しかり、地下は湿気も凄まじく、日の光も一切当たらない場所だ。ジメジメしてて、腐ったような空気しか入ってこない。そういったもののせいか、はたまた超自然的なものなのか、怨念とかね。入ったら最後、まず最初に肉体がやられる。
And in the end,
まあ、廃人だな。持って1ヶ月。それ以上は腐るだけだ。
the term vegetable sticks in my mind. In the underground ward I stumbled into, there were indeed people who could be called vegetables confined there. It didn't seem like an environment suitable for humans to live in. I can understand what he means.
もしかしたら地下にだけ存在する疫病でもあるのか。あるいは呪い的なものかもしれない。プリズンにはつきものだ。もちろん、文字通りの意味で。
That sounds pretty vague.
そりゃそうだ。だろ？なぜならプリズンで構成不能の烙印をされた人間は誰も地上に戻ってきてはいないんだから。お前さんの歯にかの人以外はね。
Except for Chisato, who no one who was ever thrown into the damn ward has ever been seen again. That's why the ward is considered a legend.
そう、伝説だ。誰も実際に目で見たわけじゃない。そういう点で言えば、お前さんの方が詳しいんじゃないか？
It's a good thing he's I wonder if he's gonna shut his mouth about it, because he did venture into the damn ward, so I wonder if he's gonna shut his mouth about it. Chisato lives underground, but hasn't become a vegetable. Why is she the only exception? Why is such a terrible thing being kept hidden?
おいおい、それをこのプリズンで言うのか？もともと人権なんてあったもんじゃないだろうに。
When we first reached the island, Yamagishi and the others said it, that there are no human rights for prisoners here. But this is a matter of life and death. They're going too far. I think to myself, yeah, they don't outright kill prisoners as far as I know. Question mark? But like, I mean, Japan has a death penalty system, and that does still exist to this day. But as far as the story is concerned, we haven't heard anyone is being put into death row yet. And the worst situation we know is life sentence. So, and the way they deal with it is rather than, since there are no human rights, I mean, as long as they don't outright kill the prisoner, they're fine. But they're allowed to do something that causes them to, you know, if you're in the damn ward, either you die due to starvation, sickness, or even suicide. That's I feel like that's the intent for that place. But like, I don't know, man.
地下の囚人が誰とも接触できなければ、外に露見することは絶対にない。最後は死んで全てが終わるだけ。秘密の全ては塀の中。残酷なことだな。
If they die, there won't be any secrets left to tell. I remember that Chisato always tried to not make contact with anyone on the surface. She initially tried to keep me away from her. And as an exception living in the damn ward, maybe she was ordered to do so. It's truly cruel.
それがまかり通るのが、このチューリッププリズンだ。相応の努力はしているんだろう。水城所長の表の顔は優秀な教育者であり、研究者でもある。その成果は広く喧伝され、放送界にもきっと知らぬ者はいない。
Oh, okay, this is interesting. We never really hear too much about like Warden Mizushiro, because all we know is that she represents the Zaibatsu from Taika's route, but we never learn what's something about her. It's interesting that she has she has some credentials, but she could be like she only exists as a figurehead. But who knows? I mean, she was able to she she has underlings like Yugao, Julia. Actually, that's those two. Shigolenga doesn't count. Anyway. And I don't know how much she has awareness about like the events happening in the prison. I mean, she might actually know what's happening with Julia, and she's just like, whatever. We'll let Yugao deal with it, or some shit. But the impression that Yugao was giving is that Mizushiro doesn't know shit. But because she's like a representative of the Zaibatsu, so
同時に鼻薬も使う賢さを持ち合わせる。
All right, here we go. This is the thing we're talking about. Oh yeah, this is the stuff about her. Yeah, there's something also suspicious about her. There's no way she could be like.
高等無形なプリズンを現実的なものとするために司法、検察、政治、のべつ幕なしに裏金をばらまいて自分の望む世界を作り出そうとしている。そのための資金ならプリズンにはいくらでもある。いいアイディアだ。 俺にも金があったら日本中を全面喫煙家にするだろう。一杯のビールも添えてね。最高の取り合わせだよ。
There is a coal mine under Tula Prison. The endless profits it generates are used to keep the prison running. However, the absurd the cost may get, whatever they need, the Earth provides.
比喩でも何でもなく、ここはまさに市街封建なわけだ。
I feel like I've caught a glimpse of a great darkness. Something like an uncontrollable and enormous surge created by adults that I thought were unrelated to me. It is an irresistible, muddy current.
ボン、老婆心ながら警告しておく。そう熱心に夕顔やプリズンについて嗅ぎ回るのはよせ。
Nasan calls for me and gives this warning. No one knows anything about Chisato. It's unnatural.
みたいだな。
You remember, right, Nasan? You know she exists.
ああ、私らの元チームメイトだ。19班のな。
Only Nasan and Kurubiyashi knows about her.
どうもこいつはきな臭い香りがする。あのかんぴょう女も絡んできているとなるとボン、てめえの手に負えるようなもんじゃねえんだ。
Even I can tell that she means this is warning as kindness.
薬効を追うのはきっぱり諦めろ。女なら他にもいっぱいいるだろ。あいつなんてどうだ。ほら、なんて言ったか。
上司の口にたびたび哺乳瓶を突っ込んで逮捕されたほぼ1000個以上のサドルを盗んだ女。人間を真空パックにしては同じことばかりのたまう女。
They're all criminals.
奇遇だな。てめえも犯罪者だ。相性ぴったり。
She raises both hands to show that she's joking and lets out a sad sigh.
この件は顔役に任せな。黒いお嬢ちゃんのことは私も気にかけてるんだ。そのまま終わるつもりはないよ。
In that case,
気にかけているのはボン。てめえのこともだよ。
as much as I appreciate her advice, I'm going to have to ignore it.
だから薬効を地上に引っ張り上げようだなんて無茶は早々に忘れることだ。
I don't think I'll ever forget about Chisato. Chisato's past doesn't matter, is what I've always thought. But now that there's a distance between us, I want to know more about her. The library stores back issues and newspapers, but only model inmates, so-called first-class prisoners, are allowed to read them. Inferior prisoners like me, who have been thrown into solitary twice, had no right to read them. I need to find some way to take action. I really miss seeing her in casual clothes, man. It's been a while.
あのかんぴょう女、同じことで何時間もネチネチネチネチと。生理かよ。次やったら降格処分だぞ。お前にそんな権利ないだろうが。おつぼねのババアのくせに。ああ、部屋から出る気がしない。でも薬もらいに行かないと。
What do you mean? What do you mean medication? What medication is sulfur taken? Oh, now I'm a little curious about. I can imagine it. Sophia's our friend in Kurubayashi's route.
なんだ、どうしたんだこの人だかりは。行商人でも来てるのか。
あ、ソフィーヤさん、日向さんのお友達がネイリストをやってるみたいで、今みんなでお願いしてるところなんですよ。次の方、何かご希望ありますか？
あ、シンプルなやつで仕事柄もあるから。
ならコラルピンクなんてどうでしょう。
明るい気持ちになれるやつだと。
お客様は有名ですし。それじゃあ乾燥させますね。いきますよ。
ちょうどいいタイミングだったな。ネイルすると外に出るのが楽しくなんだ、爪が割れたみたいな。
あらら、体調が悪かったり栄養不足だったりすると傷んだりすることあるんですけど、お お客様、最近過度なストレス感じてたりしませんか？
What the hell? What is with the hard cut there? I was like, huh? Why are we suddenly somewhere else like this? Anyway, Shikalengo Kanchito. When I address her, Sovereign gives me a blatantly displeased look.
向こうへ行け。私に近づくな。
I have something I'd like to ask you, Shikalengo Kanchito.
お前と関わるとろくなことにならない。ここ数ヶ月のうちに私が何の夕顔監視長から呼び出しを食らったと思う。
Sincerely, please.
よせってやめろ。
Please, lend me a hand.
私はネイルをしたばっかりなんだぞ。
Is it okay to just leave the darkness of this prison as it is? Sovereign's body freezes in place. If we can be confined here without any legal restraint, then this place is no different from a concentration camp. It seems like she wait, give me a second. Something feels weird. Maybe it's just me. I need to ensure something, because something feels weird right now. Wait. The hell? Let me pause. Alright, okay, there you go. You know what? I knew it. I was wondering why the volume's weaker. I don't know why. Like, I already reinstalled my OS and all. And sometimes the mic volume is going down on its own. I don't know why it's doing that on its own, man. Shit. Okay, the last 20-ish minutes have been. Oh well, you know what? Whatever. It's probably fine. I hope the ducking's doing its job at least. Anyway, let's continue. It seems like she has heard a little about the rumors of the underground.
そんなのただの噂に過ぎない。あるはずがないだろう。公正不能坊なんて。
I've seen it with my own eyes.
変態の言うことなんて。
Is it really okay, Shikolenko Kanchicho, to let a place like Tula Prison continue to exist?
今回だけだからな。お前に手を貸すのは今日だけだ。明日からはまた囚人と監視の関係だぞ。
I really like Sovereign, man. She's so soft for Minato, man. That's why I'm excited for the next round. Just for that. Thanks to Sovereign opening the lockbook storage room for me, I can finally get to the newspapers. I'm not familiar with the way they're laid out, so it takes me unduly long to find what I'm looking for.
どうして囚人の中でも差別が起こるんだろうな。同じ犯罪者なのに。
I wonder why. Finally, I spot a write-up of my case in the small print in the corner of the local newspaper. Exhibitionists caught after naked chase. Perps chestnuts roasted now. One officer wounded. Hide your chimneys. Rascally Santa flashes his Christmas ham. Did he leave his clothes in the sleigh? Naturalist ruins nativity and arrests on the holy night. Amid merry bells, one man's merry belled. I don't know, man. No angel atop this Christmas tree. Where's the nutcracker when you need him? Every piece of coverage is along the same line.
いっそのこと学を捨て、原始時代のように狩りと農作業で生きていけば、みんな幸せになれるんじゃないか?
I can imagine Sophia's gonna be happy about that. She feels. I'm giving the impression that Sophia's. She's more of a bronze and brains type of person, you know. I mean, I don't know. That's the feeling. She tends to be a simpler person, but not like, you know, not like Himuro level of stupid ass person, but like she's a bit more simple. She's a simple person. and the things going for her are her brute strength and all. That might be a good idea.
何も知らない子供が一番清い生き物なのかもしれない。国家を任せてみてもいいんじゃないか。
I finally find the coverage of Chisato's case, which received a little more attention. The date is from 10 years ago. The headline reads in bold Gothic font: Child from Care Facility builds bomb and pressure cooker. 2 dead. It seems to have been a handmade device that anyone with the know-how could create, using black gunpowder and metal fragments in a small pressure cooker. Actually, you don't even need gunpowder for that. Pressure cookers can explode, They can explode. The metal fragments were pieces of disassembled bicycle chain. So essentially, she kind of created a fragmentation grenade, if that's the correct term. But, once it blows it really ensures anything. She basically made a grenade that shoots out shrapnel everywhere. It was triggered by a fuse and wire, not a kitchen timer like a terrorist would have used at the time. The explosion inside the pressure cooker spiked straight past its tolerance, blowing through the casing and sending out a shockwave along with flames and shrapnel. Okay, this is the thing I was talking about. As a result, 2 women who worked at the facility died. There was another suspicious death around her, and they were investigating other crimes. When this type of news was being widely reported on TV, it seems it was handled very sensationally. The culprit's name was not given. It was only mentioned that she was seriously injured in the explosion. The victims were the members of an organization called Support Group for Blessed Children, meaning that the children they care for were blessed. Thanks for letting us know something that's already in the name. Sumari. The girl who caused this incident was called the Cursed Child. Her case drew attention from the public. Mainstream opinion saw her as evil and insane. Her Otosan's death was probably just an extra charge slapped on by the prosecution to extend her sentence. Sumari, a false accusation. Okay, this is the thing I was talking about. This is the thing I was wondering about in the previous upload. I'll find out what happened to them. If I could use the internet, maybe I could find their website. But in here...
その NPO 法人ならとっくに全員逮捕されてるんじゃなかったか？
Wait, what do you mean all of them were arrested? Wait, what do you mean the NGO? Okay, they were caught doing that. I searched for the newspaper with the date that Sovereign just mentioned. There, I find a report that the organization in question was indicted for illegally soliciting funds and abusing children. Are the ones who did it here in this prison?
そんなはずはないだろう。ここは性犯罪専門のプリズンだぞ。
Tula prison only houses those involved in sex crimes. Ah, but that was that was relatively recently compared to like when Chisato was like in prison. Actually, even Kugitani-san was in prison. I'm giving the impression that Kugitani-san was in prison not for sex-related crimes.
もういいだろう。そろそろ司書に見つかる。行くぞ。私だって降格処分は嫌なんだよ。
There are no more ways to investigate the case further, and I don't have any more leads to learn about her either. Interesting. In the dark cell, I realize that I am all alone.
何を言っているんだい？私がいるだろう、修一郎。
Let me adjust my seat. Ah, Jesus. Ah, right. You're here too, Amatsu-kun. I collapsed onto the bed, holding my head. At that moment, a shadow looms over me.
出ろ、0720番。
Says Officer Yamagishi, even though it's almost lights out.
おばさま、いや、水城所長がお呼びだ。早くしろ。
Auntie? auntie? That's interest. What if Himeru is oh, maybe that's the reason why Himeru is here. It's one of those. Oh, yeah, maybe they're related. Oh, I like that. I don't know. Maybe it's just like auntie and like how you call some guy unrelated to you older as uncle or something, you know. But it could be also possible that it's she's literally her auntie, you know. Oh, it's one of those. But this is interesting. Why are they doing this right now? Actually, I do remember, like, there was a time when he visited Warden Mizushiro, and then Mizushiro was talking, I think, to Yugao. Yeah, I think she was talking to Yugao. And then she never showed up again in the entire story. So, you know, she obviously, Warden Mizushiro is doing a lot of things behind the scenes that even, like, I don't know. This room I'm now visiting for the third time is a well-organized and fancy place. It really doesn't look like it to me, though. A pair of handcuffs clicks shut around my wrists. I've been ordered to stand still in front of the luxurious-looking desk. Some pads are attached to my body and cables stretch out from there.
時間外の呼び出しとなり申し訳ありませんでした。もう就寝済みでしたか？
It's okay.
それはよかった。今回は忠告があってあなたを呼び出したのです。湊修一郎君。
A warning? Okay. A personal warning from Warden Mizushiro. I haven't thought she was the type to take such direct action.
調べ物をするときは十分に気をつけなさい。どれだけ隠れても必ず目は存在します。
Why is she doing this? I mean, actually, this is interesting because she never, yeah, Mineto's right. She never had to do this before. Well, this is only the second round, but like, you know, and she's talking about him investigating. I momentarily hold my breath.
驚くほどのことはないでしょう。ここは私の庭です。至るところから情報は入ってきます。
I think she's also fully aware about Julia and fucking Agatsuma, man. I mean, that's the same person. Agatsuma and Yugao, sorry.
そしてそれは特別警備隊を滑る夕顔監視長も同じこと。この意味が理解できて。
Okay, there's an implication here. Because she knows Yugao is doing something similar, you know, watching everything. And it means that Mizushiro is also doing the same thing. She's watching everything. But it looks like they are not in the same league. So, I mean, we obviously kind of know that from Yugao's story from Taika's route. But now this is straight up confirmation. Not yet confirmation, but more like I'm likely to believe that she also has her own thing going on now. Anyway, yes. Don't do anything Yugao will notice. What I don't understand is why the warden would say that.
私にはあなたを懲罰房へと閉じ込め、一生日の光が拝めないようにすることもできるのです。望むのであれば懲罰房よりもっと恐ろしい場所でも。
You could tell her that she straight up just implied the damn ward right here. You mean the damn ward? This time, Warden Mizushiro hesitates for a moment. Then, please, tell me. None of it matters from my point of view. What exactly is the damn ward?
端的に言うのなら、正しき世界へ向かうための摇籃です。
Oh, she straight up answers it. She doesn't even deny it. She just answers back. I don't understand at all.
とにかく余計な行動は避けなさい。いたずらに騒ぎを大きくするだけです。
You know what? I really don't know. Well, we only had an idea from Taika's route about her being like a Zaibatsu plant, but like it seems that we're finally seeing there might be something going on for this prison. Okay, let's go. Are you willing to let Yugao Kansho take over the prison? She intends to rule the facility. That's the rumor, at least. She's looking for a way to control the prisoners. The moment she finds it.
構いませんよ。
Which she does at the end of Taika's route anyway.
巨大な組織を滑るには相応の力というものが必要です。巨大すぎる権力に我が身を焼くことなく、それを自在に操る天賦の才を宿していなければならない。
I mean, and Mizushiro was also able to prove that by having Yuga do that, but also Julia having do that as well in her own way. But no, I really do think she's also aware of whatever Julia is doing, but she allowed it to happen anyway. The warden doesn't seem to be bluffing.
私は多くを求めるつもりはありません。私腹を肥やすつもりであろうと、自らの教義を広めるつもりであろうと。
Alright, there she goes. She straight up just mentions those two.
ただ、我が志を継ぐ人材であれば、それでいい。
Which makes me wonder what exactly her will is.
それこそがプリズンの後継者に必要な資質。違って、湊修一郎君。
Warden Mizushiro says that she is discerning the talent to succeed her here. She is looking at power and ability. So I really think, okay, it looks like the whole conflict between Agatsuma and Yugao might also be like something she intends as a way to consider what successorship is for her. No, that's my speculation. A long-winded, what's the term? A reach speculation, admittedly. As long as they have the ability, it doesn't matter what they do.
ですから私は干渉しません。残念ながら、あなたの恋人を地下から救い上げることはできないのです。
Tulip Prison is a dirty paradise of hidden funds created by infinite wealth. This person is the one who made it so. I apologize, Warden Mizushiro. There's no point in talking anymore. I head towards the entrance, where Officer Yamagishi awaits.
それは別に、あなたでも構わないのですよ。湊修一郎君。
What? What? What did you just say? What? Huh? What is she saying? Oh my god. What? What was that? What? How am I supposed to, what? What if? Maybe that's the reason why he's there in the first place. Like they deliberately you know what? I'm not gonna speculate for now. Let's continue with story. Like that was like a what the fuck moment. Like what?
おや、あなたですか。いつからいらしたんですか。あの坊やとは話をしましたよ。少し喋りすぎてしまいました。でもあなたが言うのですから、他言を心配する必要はないのでしょ。まったく、こちらが驚くほどの若さですね。ええ、私たちにも確かにあった。あのように深く燃えるような熱さが。それに会話中、ほとんど心拍数が変わらなかった。発汗反応も。面白い子ではありますが。いえ。
Oh, this is the similar okay, so this is the she's having a similar conversation like she did in Taika's route where I think she was talking to Yugao. Now, who is she talking to here this time?
前にも言いましたが、私が助力するつもりはありません。果たして夕顔監視長が私の後を継ぐ器量を持つのか、それを見極めなくてはなりませんから。
Oh, so her prime, yeah, the prime person she actually does look for succeeding her Yugao, but let's see.
それに今回は非常に面白いモデルケースです。新たな論文を制作するために観察するのも悪くないでしょう。
I wonder if the whole Tulip Prison thing was like a, well, Mizushiro is supposed to be like some sort of scholar, academic, and researcher. Maybe this whole Tua prison thing is like some sort of fucking prison experiment for her. And to the point that even the guards that she employs are also part of the experiment, but they don't know. And she's just letting them do whatever they want because she's observing them for her, whatever her reasons are.
これから一体どのような動きを見せるのか。静観させてもらいますよ。湊修一郎君。
So far, out of the two okay, so I also remember the same conversation she had in Taika's route, but now I'm given the impression that she's well aware that Minato Shuichiro is someone who acts as someone who changes the fate of the prison or something. Anyway. Anyone who was in solitary is supposed to undergo a medical examination upon release. I wait my turn and finally arrive at the medical ward.
おっす。まったく久しぶりだな、お主。
Higuchi sensei looks exactly the same as always.
またわやしたね。ほら。
Yeah. One of my eyes is completely red. Is it sick?
可能性としてくも膜下出血とか危ないのもあるけど、やられたんでしょ？夏美さんあたりにここパーンって。
I got punched.
充血と出血って違うものでね。何もしてなくても突発的に出ちゃうことがあるんだけど、よくあるのが思いっきりパンチをされたりするのね。その昔歌舞伎役者がその状態で記者会見してって言っても少年には分かんないか。360度出血するとそんな風に黒目以外のところが真っ赤になるんだよ。もう少ししたら治るさ、若いし。
Wait, you remember Chisato's eyes? I look at myself in the mirror. My red eye reminds me of her. If an eye is red and bloodshot, does that mean it's sick?
一概には言えないけど、真っ赤で異物感があるなら角膜炎とか。先生は専門じゃないから、どちらにしろ病院に行った方がいいね。
Which I think, Chisato doesn't have the luxury of being able to go to anyway. What about when the colored part is red?
角膜なら先天性色素欠乏症とか
Hereditary anchronia.
俗に言うアルビノだと生まれつき目が赤いことがあるよ。虹彩に色素がないから光の反射でそう見えるだけだけど。視力は
I didn't ask.
色素がないと光の量をうまく調整できなくて周明って眩しさを感じすぎるから弱視の人が多いとも聞くね。
Well, her other eye is always covered by her bangs, so But her left eye was completely black.
ああ、アルビノのオッドアイっていうのも1億分の1くらいの確率でいるんじゃなかったかな。総人口がだいたい85億人だから世界に85人はいても不思議じゃなかろうさ。
Damn, 85 people. And one of them is in prison underground. One of those people happened to be someone close by. It's a very plausible explanation. She said she can see better in the dark, I believe.
暗いところのが
When you shine a light on it, it glows.
これはまるで猫みたいなね。
Higuchi sensei opens her long cat-like eyes unusually wide.
猫が暗闇の中でも見えたりライトを当てて光るのはここ網膜の後ろにタペタムっていう反射板があるからなのね。
And I guess dogs too, because when you shine a light on dogs, their eyes kind of also glow, but not as much as cats.
すごく珍しいことだけど、そういう目を持っている男の子の例は過去に海外であったよ。確かその子はアルビノだった。ちゃんとは覚えてないけど、目の色は青だったかな。さっきのオッドアイっていうのも片目だけ瞳の色を作るメラニン色素が足りないからなるんだけど、ただ病気や事故で虹彩に損傷を受けて後天的にオッドアイになることもあるらしいね。
Which could be her case because she was involved in an explosion. The color of her eye changed to severe violence. This also seems like a very plausible story. Chisato's skin is white, but she has black hair. Don't albinos have hair colors closer to white or silver? Oh yeah, she has black hair. That would have not made her an albino, and then albino. Also, her red eyes seem different. The sensation I felt when I made eye contact with her.
人がなぜ暗闇を怖がるか、修一郎さんは知ってる？
Higuchi Sensei questions me subtly.
暗闇って言ってたからさ。怖がりなはずの猫は暗闇を恐れてはないよね。
My Onesan often plays with stray cats outside. She sounds cute, says Higuchi Sensei. So why is that?
闇の中から何が出てくるかわからないからだよ。だってそこに何が隠れていて自分がどうなってしまうのか暗闇に紛れたらわからないでしょ。
Cats can see well even in the dark. That's why they're not scared.
人はわからないものが理解できないものが恐ろしい生き物なんだ。
I think this is the case for Yugao. She's the type of person.
わからないからこそ恐怖を覚え危険であることを自らに知らせる。つまり防衛本能だ。防衛本能っていうのはとても恐ろしいよ。制御できない人はそれが攻撃的に発露されることもある。だから人間はいつも異形のものを恐れるんだね。
Higuchi Sensei speaks soberly, adding something to my medical record. I try to recall my memories with her in detail. But I stop for a moment, and instead I ask, is there a prisoner named Chisato in this facility?
想像してる通り、そんな名前の囚人はチューリッププリズンにはいないね。
Higuchi Sensei answers without showing any surprise.
千里って名前の女の子はどこにもいなかったよ。
I thought as much. The girl named Chisato doesn't exist. She must be a literal yurei.
さて、そうなると先生は立場上、そんな少女が修一郎さんの前に現れたという発言の方を疑わなければならないんだけど。
Was it all just a hallucination? Or am I delusional?
その方がとても簡単だから。
Everything was a fantasy, and the girl I called Chisato never existed. If I think that way, everything becomes much simpler. If I follow Nesan's advice and forget about her, I can go back to my everyday life before meeting Chisato.
ただ、それじゃあどうしても納得できないな。
How? Okay, that's sorry. Why not?
だって君の顔は全く死んでないから。
Because I guess I can't think that way.
普通懲罰房に入った人は腐ったような目で出てくるんだよ。もう二度と何にも逆らえない従順な子羊みたいなね。でもその間が修一郎さんにはひとかけらもない。希望を失っていない人間はみんなそういう顔をするんだと思う。
Higuchi Sensei bends her slender waist and peers into my eyes.
何か考えてることあるんだ。
I have a few regrets, but right now I don't have the luxury to worry about them. So from now on, I'll do what I had to do. That's all I can do.
そっか。それならそれでよろしい。
Higuchi Sensei takes out a candy from her pocket and flicks it into the air.
私の立場では応援することはできないけど。
She snatches it back out of the air like a juggler and crosses her arms as she holds out a fist.
ほんの少しだけ期待してるよ、修一郎さん。
You know what? What if Eriko was also a hidden player in this prison thing, huh? What if Eriko was the person where the Mrs. Shiro was talking to all this time? Anyway, I don't know. Today, I received candy, just like always. After the examination, I return to my cell. Even though it's cold and tattered, I can sleep on the soft futon. At least it's better than solitary confinement in the depths of hell. This is truly more comfortable.
彼女とはもう会えないだろうな。
I guess not, Amatsu-kun. Being worried about me Chisato will never appear in the library again. Tabun. I wish. I could have said to her that I'd stay by her side anyway. I wanted to tell her that no matter what happened, I would still want to be with her.
けれど言えなかった。
When I saw her red eye, the words got stuck. The moment I saw her red eye, or her right eye, which was clouded red, I couldn't continue my answer. My sentence. Jesus Christ, my brain. Let me chill out for a second. Okay, my brain's back. It probably wasn't because of the surprise. I think it was something less familiar. Harder to describe.
けれどそれももう終わったことだ。どうだっていい。問題は
What to do from here? I raised my upper body on the bed and lift my butt as I speak. I removed the fasteners and exposed my anus. A piece of paper comes out from inside. It's a small scrap of paper where she had been writing her thoughts. Because I pushed it all the way in, it didn't come out even with electric shocks. I don't want to think about this, you know, bro. I you know, it's a good thing I'm not. I don't want to know. It's a memo paper that Chisato had promised to show me when it was finished. There's just one thing written on it. Maybe it's because she wrote it with a hunchback. The handwriting was very distinctive. It doesn't have the darkness of before, but rather a gentle character.
彼女は頭を整理するとき、その溢れた感情をなくさないよう、ここに吐露すると言っていた。
Yeah. Sumari, what she wrote on this is Arigato. This is the overflowing emotion that filled up Chisato's heart and spilled out. Soka. My spirit was never broken.
修一郎。
Yeah. But this intense impulse, it seems the time has come for me to show my grit. As well with indescribable passion, surpassing the moment when I first exposed my genitals. How is he ensure that paper doesn't turn dirty inside his butt? What the fuck, man? I don't want to know. Tonight, I've been given a menial task. Beginning at 8 o'clock, I am to organize the storeroom. Oh man, he's gonna get another beat down of the century. Holy shit. I'm not allowed to return to my cell until I'm finished. Even though I've come out of solitary, my punishment isn't over yet.
貴様という男はいつも神気臭い顔をしている。好きではないな、そういうところ。
Well, at least Himera is here, so that beatdown's not coming. Well, at least not one that comes from Yugao. At least if there's any beatdown, it comes from Yamagishi. Officer Yamagishi, my current babysitter, furrows her brow.
もっとはつらつにできないのか？ほら、笑う角には福来たるとも言う。
I see. So that's why it doesn't come to me.
どういうことだ？
Not only do I not smile, I don't like to wear anything. So I strip, and now I had to wear the charges.
やめろお前。
He's selling. Where's the route, man? Why is that DLC not included in this release, bro? Anyway, truly, heavy is the head that wears the clothes.
どういう意味だ？なあ、高速プレイのことか。
I've already organized quite a bit before, but it seems like there's still a mount in the Fox death stock. Perhaps they were anticipating that more prisoners would use it. I am told to throw away the cardboard boxes here. Officer Yamagishi, where should I put the garbage? Falls asleep, okay. I noticed that Officer Yamagishi is slumped in her chair, fast asleep. Her face is a mess, but her hands are folded on her knees.
山岸君には刑務所を司る新しい看守を。
She seems to be having a pleasant dream, so I leave her alone. As I deal with a large amount of fucks, I think to myself, it's such a waste, even though they work so hard to make them. Even things that are thrown away should have some use.
So, でも
I was also seriously shocked for a second there. Microsecond. It seems she's talking in her sleep. I should let her go home and go to bed as soon as. Oh fuck! Shiro is here. Mashiro is here to fuck you up, man. Before I can finish the thought, I am suddenly grabbed from behind. I struggle desperately to break free. But the shock that runs through my whole body causes me to lose consciousness. Not again. Oh man, this time we are on the receiving end of the torture chamber. Oh shit. In the previous round, this is just like a meeting place. Today, we're gonna enter a world of pain. When I wake up, I find myself in a creepy space. There are many strange metal objects that I have never seen before. The ground is worn and stained with blood. The room is dimly lit by the moonlight, giving it a cold and eerie atmosphere. You're so dead, man.
あら、ようやく目が覚めたのね。ずいぶん遅いご起床じゃない？
I'll be right back. I need to grab some water. Alright, I'm back. Let's go.
もしも私が悪い人だったら、とんでもない目に遭っていたところよ、坊や。
Yugao Kancho. I am tied up to prevent me from moving. It is more comfortable than being in a straitjacket, but I can't even budge.
思ったより驚きがないのね。肝が据わっているのか、それとも類を見ないほどバカなのかしら。
From the moment I was ordered to organize the storeroom, I had a feeling this would happen. You managed to deploy the Kapitai in the laundry room. Beating around the bush isn't rational. I thought I had confirmed that no one was there. So I asked straightforwardly.
ええ、ラッパを飼っているのよ。気配を消すのも天井に隠れるのも人をさらうのもお手の物でしょ。
Snoop. I think that's a rapper. So much for the serious stone that broke my head. It's probably a metaphor, but I cautiously keep my mouth shut.
ここは私が特別に作らせた特別な部屋よ。
I don't like this. There's a special CG. What's going to happen? Oh fuck! I feel like something's going to happen. Yugao Kancho looks down on me.
どれだけ悲鳴を上げても周囲には決して聞こえない。一体どこにあるのか、その存在すら誰も知らないのだから。もしここを知った人間がいたら、拷問室なんて呼ぶのかもしれないわね。
You continue speaking as if it is completely
た
ordinary.
だいまより貴様を拷問するわ。
Excruciate. It is a word I'm not familiar with. What do you mean?
こういうことよ。
The world in front of me explodes. My breathing stops and this comes intense pain. Then comes intense pain. It feels like needles are running through every blood vessel in my body.
これで分かったかしら。今から自分が何をされるのかということと、自らの立場が。
I take several seconds before I can breathe properly. It is an electric shock. Something I've never experienced before. Yugao Kancho says nothing in response. By the way, I had to cut because she was stepping on his dick. Fuck! I wasn't expecting like a scene like this. Fucking hell, man. She just smiles with contempt for the depths of her.
愉快だからよ。あのドブネズミの声も話し方も仕草も何もかもが
見ているだけで吐き気を覚える。顔を見るだけで虫唾が走るのよ。
People fear what they cannot understand. They fear things that are different from themselves. That's why Yugao Kanchicho. But Yugao Kanchicho doesn't get angry this time.
本当に怖いのは坊やの方じゃないの？
She says, kicking my shaft with a mischievous look on her face.
初めてあの目を見て貴様は何も感じなかったの？
I reflexively recall her eye. There's no way I'd be scared of my lover.
そんなはずはないでしょ。ほら、自分をよく見なさい。おやおや、ずいぶん震えているじゃない、坊や。しばらく我慢した甲斐があったわね。
Oh yeah, there's a lot of cuts I need to make, but like, there's something cool that just showed up. Her person number is 1310, 13110. Chisato. Anyway.
あの小娘が本当に欲しいものを手に入れてから奪い取る。それが永遠だと勘違いさせた上でその希望を摘み取る。そうすることが一番のダメージになると思わない？
I do think so.
しかしまあ、よくもあの女を選んだものね。物好きというか童貞の坊やらしいというか。
To nurture time, to nurture emotions, to nurture feelings, and then snatch it all away in an instant.
あんな仕込めがどこを気に入ったの？
It's the most efficient way to break a person. How about I kill you? I think
弱い犬はよく吠えること。自分の置かれた境遇ではそんなこと絶対にできないと分かっているはずなのにね。
with genuine delight, Yugao Kanchicho taps her cane. Seiki slats, flatters, and lands on my.
だってそうでしょ。私はまだ完全に貴様をドブネズミの恋人だとは判断できていなかった。物的証拠を抑えるために持ち物検査をさせ、接触しても尻尾を捕まえることはできなかった。特別警備隊を動かしても貴様は知ってか知らずか上手に懲罰を回避してみせた。けれど最後の最後で爪を誤った。不用意に私を調査することで情報が拡散し、逆に尾行された。挙句流れのままに服を脱ぎ捨て、いつもの隠し場所にしまっておくことができなくなり、もしおとなしくしていれば一緒にいる程度のことならできたかもしれないというの。犬畜生並みにしか知能のない露出狂が全てをぶち壊しにしてしまったというわけね。
I can't find the words to say.
貴様が余計なことを嗅ぎ回らなければ、あの娘ともしかしたら一緒にいることくらいできたかもしれないというのに。
I destroy my own happiness with Chisato.
それを自分でぶち壊すなんて、囚人とはかくも愚かな生き物なのかしらね。
That fact is more painful than any electric shock.
ただけれど、その行動力だけは使い道がありそうだわ。手駒は多ければ多いほどいいし、しっかり調教すれば少しは使い物になるでしょう。私の奴隷になるつもりはない、坊や。
Why is it also Itaka's route? She even requests him to become her helper or whatever. But here now, you know, he now she wants him to be a slave. What is it? I guess she indirectly likes this guy. Not in no, like she knows he's useful kind of way. Just die, old hag.
まだお姉さんよ。
Mada Onesan, not Oba, or whatever. I can't forgive this bitch. I think to myself. For Chisato sake, I can't let her live. I think once again, I'll make you regret this.
まったく困ったもので、学習能力がないバカな犬というの。
I'll fucking crush you, baby.
けど、 そういうだけ押し付けてやるのが私は一番得意なのよ。例えばその人間の一番大切なものを上手に使ったりして。
She takes out a sheaf of paper. It is the discarded second half of the manuscript.
よくもまあこんな量を隠れてこっそり書いたもので必死というかなんというか。
Wait. Oh fuck. I was trying to do a screenshot. I'm sorry.
よくもまあこんな量を隠れてこっそり書いたもので必死というかなんというか。
Wait, sorry. Give me a second. Take a screenshot. I need a thumbnail for tonight. Give it back. 返して。
それに何なのこの内容は。脳みそに精子と卵子が詰まっていたらこんなものが思いつくのかしら。
It's not something for a bitch like you to read.
何？竜巻に射精し続けることで熱をはらませサイクロンと化すって。まともな理性があったら書けないわこんなもの。
返して。
燃やすわ。
返して。This time, I hardly feel any pain from being hit. My mind isn't working properly. All I feel is a deep abyss of pain.
本当によく吠えるわね。威勢がいいだけで何もできない子犬は。ああ、無様なことこの上ないわ。
It's the same as what she did to Chisato.
命より大切なものなのよね。これだけ愚かしく書き連ねたのだもの。わかるわよ。水城に立てついて暴れ回るほど作りたかったゲーム。その基礎となる原稿だものね。
After someone cherishes something, she crushes it right in front of them.
これを今すぐ燃やされたくなければ、私の手駒として駆けずり回りなさい。
If she doesn't crush it, it becomes material for coercion.
貴様がこれを取り戻す方法は他にない。どうあがこう絶対に貴様は私に勝つことはできないのだから。
She's saying that there is no means for me to resist anymore.
どれだけ屈辱にまみれてもこれを守りたいのだ。私に忠誠を誓いなさい。泣けと言ったら泣き、走れと言ったら走り、そして死ねと言ったら死ぬ奴隷になりなさい。私のためだけに動き、私の利益だけを優先する勤勉なる働き蜂になりなさい。
I guess she really does find a lot of use for Minato, regardless of the routes. I mean, of the routes we've been through so far, at least. If you want this, obey me.
そして屈服と服従の証に私の足を舐めるのよ。今ここで。
You are the slave, and I am the master. S&M. Okay. The writer's thinly veiled fetish. I will engrave it in your body to make sure you never forget that. She understands the human psyche very well.
どうする？ゴーヤ。
So I lower my head to make sure I don't lose those precious pages. I will put a collar on myself and pledge loyal. As proof of my submission, I kiss her feet. They taste like a sewer. The queen bee laughs loudly. Well, well. 3 weeks later. Oh man, that's a huge time skip. I have been released from working in the coal mine, and now I am doing prison work on the surface. As a first-class prisoner, I have certain restrictions, but I am able to freely enter and exit many buildings. Oh, interesting. She made him as a first-class prisoner. Maybe he's gonna continue what he was doing in the other route and investigate Julia, I guess.
はいこれタンポンよ。
ありがとう。よく手に入ったね。
女の囚人は生理だって言えばいくらでも支給してもらえるのよ。女看守ばっかりの数少ない利点よね。
よし、これを重ねてテープで貼り付ければ。
すごい、おむつみたいになったわ。
まったく、やれやれ。トイレじゃないところでうんちをするなんて僕にとっては汚らわしくてしょうがないからね。
出した後のおむつは返してもらえるのよね。
もちろん。これなら思いっきり糞便を垂れ流すことができるよ。ありがとう、可愛い子ちゃん。
Bruh, their fetish is aligned.
多い日も安心ね。
Violators spotted. Prisoner numbers 0411 and 0631. Charges are illicit exchange and illicit defecation. I strongly recommend punishment. Maybe this is what he was doing in the time skip in Taika's route, but he's given much more respect because he was able to show himself as more capable. But here he's more like he's a direct tattletale or some shit, you know. 8 o'clock in the evening. During the time for various announcements or medical examinations, I head to the torture room to call out the violators and report to the Yigao Kanchicho.
どうして貴様たちがここへ呼び出されたかわかるかしら。
Today, a male and female prisoner for the sex crimes ward have been summoned.
僕はただおむつにうんちがしたかっただけで。
そうです。私もそれを処理してあげようと思ったのは両親からの。
自分の便がついたおむつを投げるのが趣味なゴリラと人のお物を楽器に入れて吸うのが好きな異常者が排便と関係したら罰せられるのは当然のことでしょう。
The male and female prisoners are tied up and thrown onto the ground. Just by looking at what is lined up in the room, it is immediately clear what is about to happen.
拷問などには屈しないわ。我々には主様がついていてくださるんだから。
What do you mean, our master? What you saying?
そうだ、主はこうおっしゃった。信仰と希望と愛と便秘はいつでも残り続けると。
本当に主が見つけてくださるか。物見高いわね。
It is the right of the apprehending prison guard to punish those who engage in loophole banging. It doesn't matter which ward they are assigned to.
今後は私をあがめ立てまつりなさい。絶対服従を誓い、奴隷のように働くのであれば解放してあげてもいいわよ。神などではなく、すべては私の御心のままにね。
In the end, it is the one who makes the first move that wins.
今日もお手柄だったわね、坊や。
Thank you. Whenever I talk with her here, it is always on beautiful moonlit evenings. Our meetings never take place on cloudy or moonless nights.
この3週間で違反者を26名捕捉。うち17人を懲罰対象とし、私の手駒にすることができた。
I wonder if she's the reason why she's looking for pawns right now is because she's trying to get ready for Julia. By doing this, Yugao Kanchicho has gained a firm grip on the prisoner's support that had eluded her for so long. And the credit for that is mine.
同じ変態懲役どもを陥れ、罰を与える顔役。両親は痛まないのかしら。
Oh, so she made him a mediator. Okay. Which is in the same stuff that Taika is doing. But I wonder what his relationship with Taika considering this right now. I'm just taking the most rational path to my goals.
そう、それはいいわね。
Yugao Kanchicho laughs loudly.
戻ってよし。明日もしっかりと働きなさい、坊や。
And so I crush every inconvenient person for Yugao Kanchicho, one by one.
顔役は私の仕事だったのに取られるなんて。いや、死んでほしい。
Well, even in Taika's route, he even becomes the mediator of the vicinity ward anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, I'm been appointed as a mediator of the vicinity ward. But being a mediator doesn't mean mediating anything. I simply report everything to the prison guards.
わいせつ坊の謎々男爵もやられたらしいぜ。これじゃあ漬け取りクソモリよりもタチが悪いよ。
これまでの顔役とは全然違う。月とすっぽん、下駄と焼き味噌だよ。
If he finds out what you did, you're done for. No one will sit next to me anymore.
おいおい、てめえ、なんかとんでもねえ女の手先になってるってひでえ評判になってんぞ。
But Ozawa always sits in the seat in front of me.
漬け取りばっかのクズだって、かんぴょう女の犬だってひでえ言われようだ。
I opened the tulip
この
times.
ままじゃ誰もてめえのことを信用してくれなくなっちまうぞ。
Since there is nothing of interest, I close it, folding it neatly.
聞けよおい、いい加減にしとかねえと。
ちょいと邪魔するよ。
Oh, here we go. Because I was expecting this. I was expecting this, man. Because this is straight up entering Taika's turf, you know. Another mediator group approaches. Okay, so they're not in the same mediator group. In fact, he has his own mediator group. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting.
久しぶりだな。
Leading the group is Nessa.
どうしたボン。あんな女の言いなりになるなんてらしくねえじゃねえか。
スカトかクソガキが全裸のチンピラが調子づいて取り目もできねえくらい綺麗に畳んでやんぞっから。
まあ待ててめえら。おい、なんぞ理由があるんだろ。
No reason, really.
てめえの良くない評判は私の耳にもよく入ってくる。限度を知らない犬野郎だってな。
Is that so?
だがてめえはそんな男じゃねえ。それは私が一番よく知っている。丸く収まるよう取りなしても来たつもりだ。
It doesn't matter to me.
今のボンのやり方はあまりにも乱暴だ。仁義ってものがねえなら人はついてこない。
I don't want them to follow me.
さっきからなんじゃその口の利き方。正しい敬語の使い方つきっきりで叩き込んだのかこら。
だからまあ待ててめえらも。黒いお嬢ちゃんのことが関係してるんだろ。だったら私らも手を貸す。前に言ったことを覚えてるか。
Nasan patiently continues.
だったらうちの組にある程度は任せてたな。
I don't intend to do that. I only need what she wrote. If I get my hands on that, I don't necessarily need her. Nasan seems taken aback.
いいかい。慣れない仕事なのかもしれねえが、程度をわきまえろ。
I don't intend to do that.
このままじゃ血管切れたやつがいつ闇討ちで飛んでくるか分かったもんじゃねえ。
I don't care.
しかしなボン、てめえも怪我したらあのゲームの続きを。
Any further words or action will be subject to punishment. Number 0019. I coldly declare, as I glare at Nessa. We both keep our gazes fixed on each other.
おいこら、お前たち何の騒ぎを。
Like how Sovereign immediately went, oh shit, not this shit again. Even Sovereign can't speak up against me anymore.
あまり派手に騒ぎすぎるなよ。お前たちは受刑者の手本となる存在なのだからな。
He gives a half-hearted man and walks away.
またざんまりかいこの漬け取り野郎の漬けマグロがおら。
今この場でいてもうだろうが。
やめねえか。
しかし姉さん、あまりにも舐めたまねよ。教育ってもんを施してやらねえと。
構わねえよ。世間知らずの子供に何を言われたところで早くもね。
Nessa quietly stands
ただ
up.
つまんねえ男になっちまったもんだなボン。
He leaves, looking deeply disappointed.
ほら行くぞ小沢。
いや、ちょっと待ってください姉さん方。誤解っすよこれは。修一郎が看守の手先になんざなるわけが。
Osawa has been the only one supporting me all this time. Truly, truly a best friend, man. Truly a best friend. Holy shit. But now he probably won't come near me again. Once again, I am alone. Doribachi.
以上が0720番の3週間の動きです。怪しい行動はありません。
He knows at least that he is also being watched, so he really can't act. He can't really even act in a manner that would, you know.
他顔役、特に重大犯罪棒の畑江妙香とは決別状態になったようです。
うまく中に取り入って弱みの一つでも握れたら打剣から番剣くらいには出世させてやったのだけれど。
Yeah, you know what? He really would have been. Well, I don't know, because he doesn't understand the assignment too well enough at this part of the story. In the other route, he was forced to be smart about things and think about things more carefully. But here, well, you know, he was just forced to like act for Yugao's for Yugao, and he obviously he doesn't need to think, you know. But I don't know, man.
まあいいでしょう。あの女が絡んでくると少々面倒なことになるから。引き続き監視を続けなさい。坊やが孤立し、忠実なる私の下僕となるまではね。
And so a month has passed since it became an Inu.
セックス経験のない少女におちんちんを挿入すると血が出てくるんじゃ。
博士
Target acquired. Violation. Use of hentai language. There are no blind spots from the cameras that I'm not familiar with. My cracking down on violations becomes increasingly extreme day by day. I don't let any slight comment go unnoticed.
人は電撃を食らうととても苦しいからすぐに従うしかないのじゃ。
博士
If it's even slightly sexual, I immediately take them away for punishment.
そうなの。ゲーム作業場の指導官に任命されてね。先生が僕に下駄を預けてくれたんだ。今度は盗まないようにする。ありがとうママ。なんでもない。またね。
Lately, people have started running away when I come by. I am now recognized as Yugao Kanchito, faithful dog.
かんぴょう食いの犬畜生がよ。
Somehow, I ended up with that nickname. The prisoner's hatred towards me is extraordinary. While I am not solely to blame, everything that happens is blamed on Zenniman.
裏切り者が
I'm even attacked by other people.
よくも俺たちのことチクってくれたな。
Six strong men appear.
隣チームのラパン姉さんはあれでしょっぴかれちまったんだぞ。
I already knew that, since I was there when she was disciplined. She did expose her lower half.
あれは道に迷った時に下半身を露出させれば幽霊が助けに来てくれるって話があるからだろう。
信心深い炭鉱夫が自分の身を守るためのお祈りみたいなものだ。そんなことお前も知っているはずなのに。
霧派から離れるとそんなことも忘れちまうのかよ。それとも自分がもう脱げないからって嫉妬してるのか。
That's irrelevant.
実したさに仲間を売るなんてふざけんな。
He swings his arm and dives in. Right before his fist sinks into my face, a shadow stretches towards my feet from the twilight. A thin-bodied girl appears from somewhere and pins the miner down. A tall, lanky security guard appears afterwards and takes away the remaining 5.
あなたは狙われてる。
Why did Mashiro need to remove her mask right then and there? That's interesting. I wasn't expecting her to remove her mask, and especially what kind of relationship they have. They're not necessarily in the same wavelength, and you know he's just a dude who's acting as a scout for them, but like it's still a guard, well, some kind of guard because they're contractor contractual whatever, and then like the dude that an inmate working for them. The girl moves like a ninja,
ちゃんと火をつけて。
but her poor articulation makes it hard to understand what she's saying. Be cheerful?
火をつけて。
Be colorful? Air? She shouts at me, and then she silently leaves, raising her index and middle finger. I feel bad for her, for Mashiro. The men those two just took away all visit the chapel often. I continue walking as if nothing happened. That's all for today's report. I finished my routine report and raised my head.
なるほど。よくもこの短期間で囚人同士の人間関係を丁寧にまとめたものね。
Unusually, Yugao Kanchicho praises me. This is a rare treat.
0019番、畑江大花の動向については
I can't get a hold of her. Maybe she's avoiding being caught since she doesn't like me.
なるほど。坊やの失態は分かっているわよね。
At that time, I shouldn't have cut ties. I should have continued our relationship during the information gathering phase. It was a mistake. Yugao Kanchicho extends her right leg.
口づけを。
I kneel down and bring my lips close to her foot. She stomps my head with all her might. I accept it without saying anything. There's no escape from the whip.
ならそれを挽回できるよう、より一層励みなさい。それでは、貴様も早く坊へ戻るよ。
When she leaves the torture room, she always has Kibitai with her. It seems like she is avoiding being alone in the dark. Which, well, we know the reason is psychological rather than being like she thinks someone is going to attack her. It's more like she's afraid of the dark. Thanks, Psycho's route. Sumari, this is probably the only time when there's no surveillance. It means that I'm alone. I'm punched right in the pit of my stomach. Men much bigger than me grab hold of my entire body. Kuma-san. The one in front is Kuma-san. Here we go. We are so back with the Gatsuma Julia.
この1ヶ月0720番に不審な動きはありませんでした。もう監視の必要はないと思われますが、やはり少々行動が行き過ぎており、他囚人からの暴行などの可能性も。
いいえ夏美、だからこそ監視を外せるのよ。それで
どういうこと？
あの坊やが摘発したのはジュリア陣営の手駒たちばかりなのよ。あの洗脳されたバカどもはジュリアの命令一つで命を投げ出すような愚か者どもよ。それゆえに厄介なわけだけれど、暴行なんてわけない。拉致監禁くらい簡単にやってのけるでしょ。後ろ盾がなければ普通に生活しているだけで危険だわ。
なるほど、そういうこと。
ええ、私は絶対に勝てる勝負しかしない性格なの。坊やはこれでどうあがいても私にすがらなくてはいけなくなったのね。
When I wake up, I find myself in the chapel. I lean against the wall, my hands handcuffed behind me. I see a familiar figure approaching.
ようこそいらっしゃいました。哀れな迷える子羊。みなとちゃん、皆さんもご苦労様でした。我らがエンド・オブ・フリフリたちよ。べっち
Bruh. We are so back with Agatsuma Julia, man. Agatsuma Julia Kanchicho is awaiting me.
今日 は少々お話を伺いたかったんです。
The chapel is silent and still. Only Sister Julia's words echo eerily.
最近はとっても忙しそうに駆け回っているそうですね。
Oh shit, I don't like
わい
this.
せつ坊の顔役として。
When this BGM plays, you know shit's about to happen. In the midst of that, there's a soft whooshing sound of the air escaping.
それとも葉月ちゃんの中堅としてですかね。
Dozens of her believers are surrounding us.
でも私もシスターですから、あなたの行いで今とっても困っているんですよ。
In their hands, they hold various objects like iron pipes and shards of glass.
なのでぜひ教えていただけますか？
I probably can't escape or call for help. If they were to attack me, being hospitalized would be a lucky outcome.
どうしてあなたが私の可愛い信者たちばかりを狙うのか。
But I remain calm, unshaken. I'm tired of waiting.
はい。
I've been looking forward to this moment. Yeah, considering what we know. Okay. Alright, let's see how this goes. It took you long enough.
あなたは
Finally.
みんなと
Finally. You captured me. Playing the long game. Playing the long game here, man. Playing the long game. I've been waiting for you to finally bring me in. Upon hearing this, Sister Julia looks embarrassed and taken aback.
あら、これはとっても意外な反応ですね。てっきりみなとちゃんは向こうの陣営についたと思っていたのですが。
I won't side with anyone. I am always myself.
けれど、飼い犬であることは間違いありませんよね。私の可愛い信者たちを次々と回収させてくれたのですから。
If I hadn't done that, you wouldn't have approached me, Sister Julia. I am under constant surveillance. I couldn't go to Sister Julia on my own, so she needed to abduct me.
なるほど。それでは教えてもらいましょうか。半殺しにされる可能性を無視してでも、この私とお話ししたかった内容について。
Help me to crush you, gal. You know, coming from Taika's route. Man! Alright, this is the shit I've been waiting for. I want to see the other side. We'll use this. I take out a piece of paper from my anus.
それはパコルですか？
Oh, at least they actually show what it looks like, and it's actually pakol, not fox. Pakol. Maybe, yeah, it's a Japanese pun for something. I don't know. It is the system that incentivizes prison labor, the currency within the facility known as pakol. Since I know it's it's supposed to be named. We'll use this to crush you out.
具体的なアイディアがあるのですか？
I do, but I can't say it here. I glance at those around us and turn my gaze back to her.
なるほど。わかりました。では二人だけでお話ししましょうか。
しかしシスター様、そんな狭い場所に行ったら何をされるか。
ビッグクンクさん。
When she says this, Kuma-san promptly seizes his protest.
ありがとうございます。大丈夫ですよ。みなとちゃんはそんな子羊ちゃんではありませんから。さあ、あちらにどうぞ。
Wait, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let's go. I enter the confessional.
ここなら誰も聞き耳を立てることはありませんよ。我らが衆以外はですけど。
She giggles when she says this. No water this time?
ええ、どうやらあなたに意味はないようですから。
She laughs softly and straightens her posture.
それでは聞かせてください。そのエセ通貨でどうやって葉月ちゃんを倒そうというのです？
She controls the prison from the shadows, holding a strong position as the second in command after the warden. She possesses the force known as the Kebitai.
特別警備隊は完全に武装しています。葉月ちゃんの暴力にかなう人なんてこのプリズンにはいませんよ。
Even Sister Julia, who has many followers, has not have enough power to compete with the Kebitai. If she even slightly defied them, she would be easily beaten, which actually did happen in Daika's route, but Julia tried to accelerate the brainwashing to counteract the fact that she had the Kibitai and people like Minato and Daika against her. So I know that from personal experience. No one can win against Yugao with violence. So we'll defeat her with the power of money. If we can't beat her head on, we won't fight her head on. Give the fox the same value as Japanese yen. It was originally established to incentivize labor, but now hardly anyone uses it. In the end, everything is done with cash, whether it's obtaining goods or information. Within the facility, fox can currently only be exchanged for supplies, such as pencils and notebooks. Make it circulate in the prison, just like Japanese yen. I remember the conversation I had with Chisato about a book written by someone with a foot fetish. In it was a story about a transfer student who circulated their own currency and took over the school. In the outside world, the person with money is the strongest. I say this as I recall something someone said when I first came to the facility. If fox becomes as valuable as cash, then the person who has the most fox will be the strongest in this prison, won't they? Anyway, I have a large amount of fox that I discovered while organizing the storeroom. Like the child in the story who made even adults kneel to them. I will do the same thing.
葉月ちゃんに命じられた仕事をこなしながら随分と頭を巡らせたようですね。
I spent a long time in solitary. I had plenty of time to think. And I also had the experience of meeting many people in this facility.
ですが、その高等無形な提案をこのプリズンで現実にできると？
I have a plan. I explained the specifics of my plan. How to make this fantasy a reality. I explain it in detail. Sister Julia laughs, but she does seem surprised.
面白いと思います。思いますよ。うまくできたら確かに不可能ではありませんね。
And I have an idea who might help us.
あら、最初に私へ声をかけてくれたんですか？
It was a plan that won't work without your cooperation, Sister Julia.
それらが狂言で私たちを陥れる罠であるという可能性もありますね。何しろかんぴょう食いの犬畜生ですから。
God is listening, isn't he? I wouldn't dare lie. Sister Julia agrees that this is certainly true.
ですが、こちらに危害を加えたあなたに協力すると思いますか？
I think you will. Yugao doesn't like Sister Julia. And on the flip side, that means Sister Julia also dislikes Yugao. There lies the opportunity.
そのプランのために必要なものは？
First, a large amount of cash.
いくらですか？
At least 10 million yen at minimum.
それはお高いですね。
Religious organizations have money, right? I'll ask for the next step once we have a foothold. Kukitani-san once called her a dangerous person, one who's impossible to read. I can't get a clear idea of her either, and I would have preferred to work with someone else. But Yugao is troubled by her followers. I could sense that from her orders. So that means that Sister Julia is seeking believers.
見返りは
If I can bring down Yugao, I promise to join the religion under the faith that you, Sister Julia, believe in. If I can provide her with a satisfactory result, religious leaders always want the same thing. I read that in a book.
なるほどやっぱりただの子羊ちゃんではありませんねすべては神の御心のままにわかりましたあなたに協力いたしましょ
If our interests align, we can form a cooperative relationship. With her power to back me up, I can execute the plan I have in mind.
う一つだけ聞かせてほしいことがありますいいですか
What is it?
そんな大それたことを考えるなんてよほどの思いがなければできることではありませんよねあなたの目的は復讐ですか
This OST, you just know. It's not Fukushu. It's control. I'm not in a position to seek revenge. The decision to do that lies with Chisato.
噂の1310番ちゃんですか美しきアガペですね
Sister Julia knows about Chisato.
けれど公正不能坊から出てくれば解決するという問題ではありませんよねあの子の顔は私も一度見たことがありますがあれは悪魔がついていますよだから仮に地上へ出てきたところで囚人並みの生活ができるとは思えません
I suddenly recall a conversation I had with Chisato. There is a common development in stories.
それに出てきたところで苦しみは続くでしょう仮に葉月ちゃんが失墜したとしてもあの子は人に恐怖と憎しみを抱かせますだからきっと同じことが起こりますね悪意の輪廻から逃れる方法はないそれこそこの監獄から出でもしない限りは
Is it good for the heroine to make her change her thinking? Make her change her thinking when she's already satisfied with her situation.
そう確かにパコルが現金と同じ価値を持てば出所の糸口をつかむことができるかもしれませんけれど
She said she wants her feelings to be respected. She wants the feelings she's cultivated to be cherished.
でもそれを彼女が望んでいるのですか
You haven't. My course of action is clear. That's why I will change Tulip Prison into a place where Chisato can live comfortably. If Chisato can only live here, I will save her here in this facility. I'll be by her side all the time. I'll do everything I can for that, even if it means selling my soul to the devil. I will create an environment where she can spend her days happily. If I, Minato Shuichiro, want to be by her side, then I'll have to change everything. I will rule Tulip Prison. I'll become the true ruler of Tulip Prison. It's the most rational and efficient way. The way I can be with Chisato. Sister Julia burst into laughter. Was it really that funny? While suppressing her laughter, she reaches out her hand through the small window.
いいでしょうこれからよろしくお願いしますね港ちゃん
Me too, Sister Julia.
ジュリアちゃんでいいですよもうお仲間ですからねあ修一郎ちゃんと呼んでもいいですか
I don't mind. We shake hands. Her hand is terribly cold. Okay, that's interesting.
そ それでは手始めに何から始めたらいいでしょうか。
Please punch me.
あら、葉月ちゃんにされるだけじゃ満足できないと。
I was kidnapped and brought here. I won't have any excuse if I don't have any injuries.
ああ、なるほど。物理的な暴力は専門ではないのですが、そう言われては仕方がありませんね。
Sister Julia pulls out the shotgun she has in her waist. For the first time, it's been a while. You know what? We always saw the shotgun behind her waist, and we're gonna see it in action today.
せーの。
With a beaming smile, she aims the gun at me without hesitation. Oh shit, that's gotta hurt a lot. That's gotta hurt. The next morning, I read Tulip Times as usual. Wait, didn't they have like the whole common route scene about like being shot with a riot shotgun? You know, when they were having that conversation when Sovereign shot him, and we were talking about how terrible the injuries of being shot by one of those. He seems to be completely fine the following day. The next morning, I read Tulip Times as usual. By the way, this is the last scene. I need to call it in. I still have to remove some scenes and upload, of course.
修一郎、てめえ、おいどうしたその青タンはよ。
It's a long story. While still holding the newspaper open, I look at Ozawa. What's wrong?
どうしたじゃねえよ。てめえの動きが危険すぎるって、ついに旗井組の幹部会の議題にも上がってきたんだ。幹部会で決まっちまったら、いくら姉さんが抑えてくれたって限度があんだ。勝手に飛んじまうやつだっているだろうしよ。
Although no one else wants anything to do with the hound anymore, Ozawa is still going out of his way to pass me a secret warning.
旗井の兄さんたちだけじゃねえ。それに。
And also,
いや。
My friend really is a good guy after all. Sincerely thanks.
だったら。
But I can't stop here. Not when my preparations are complete. If I take a step back now, my whole amount of effort will be wasted. I'll give Paco an overwhelming value within Tulip Prison. By the way, Ozawa, what do you think is the most valuable thing in this facility? There are no articles I'm interested in today, so I closed the newspaper and asked him.
は？価値？そりゃ
By the way, the least valuable thing is clothes.
やっぱり無所じゃ手に入らねえものとかじゃねえか？
What else?
そりゃまあ、あとは知ってて得する情報とかじゃねえの？
Exactly. Ozawa taught me that what Tulip Prison values almost as soon as I came in. That's why I want to ask you to do something for me. Like he says, goods and information. I am no longer just a minor and have the freedom to roam around the facility. As another benefit of no longer working in the mine, I can use my lunch break freely. Kugitani-san! Kugitani-san is smoking in the corner of the ground. From there, I can see the girl doing push-ups on the horizontal bars again today.
おや珍客だ。体制側に寝返ったと同時に俺のことを忘れたんだと思ってた。いつチクられるのか。いや。
Thought visiting would cause you trouble.
またとんでもないことをしてるみたいだな。
I haven't changed.
しかし、かんぴょう食いの犬畜生。新しい二つ名がついたな。いい名前だ。全ラマンよりずっといい。可愛がられてる犬は服を着てるのもいるしな。
I'm more of a cat person.
確かに子猫ちゃんだな。
But I don't dislike dogs either. I only recently learned that Yugao is a type of gourd, a calabash.
全ラマンより
Of course I didn't know that, man. Zendaman is very cool.
そうかい。まあ何でもいいさ。若者の感性やどうせ年寄りはついていけない。けどお前さんのせいで治安は荒れっぱなしだ。まったく困った坊やじゃないか。
Does chaos cause you trouble?
困るさ。かなりな。品が売れなくなる。こういうのは信頼でやっているもんだ。お互いが信頼できなければ品物は流通しない。 世の中ってのはそういうもんだろ。
Sincerely
代わ
sorry.
りに情報は売れるがね。あいつが何をした、そいつがどうした、知りたいやつはたくさんいる。お前さんにチクられないようにな。
Kugitani-san closes one eye, showing a satisfied expression. It seems that this is the way he has been able to make quite a profit. Since we're at it, why not make another profit?
と思うけど。
I'll keep it brief, since we might be under surveillance. From now on, instead of cash, I want you to sell all information and goods using Fox.
なんだって。
Kugitani-san raises both hands, thinking it must be a joke.
仕入れもある。パコルじゃシャバのものは買えないよ。
I have all the necessary cash. I point back over my shoulder. The girl they call Yomi is casually walking. Coming from the opposite direction is Ozawa. As they pass by each other, Ozawa hands her some bills. It's the usual method of payment. But she drops the bills, not expecting the stack to be so thick. She hurriedly picks them up and comes over to Kugitani-san. For now, it's 2 million. Use that.
驚いた。こんな額、シャバでも持ったことはない。大金だ。
Kugitani-san is the window through which every luxury item in the facility passes. He's also the source of information, buying, and selling of various knowledge. Sumari, if I can get him, that's all I need.
相場は
Think of Paco as being 1/10 their listed value. So 10 yen equals 100 fuck.
それじゃダメだ。
You know what? Let's use Fox. I already forgot the
1
real
パコル
name.
で運用されてるし、プリズンの物品はそれで交換できる。そんなことをしたらお前さん一人がひたすら損を。
I don't mind. It's not my money anyway. Kugitani-san looks at me surprised.
何を狙ってるんだ。
I want to make Fox as valuable as real currency. To do that, I first need to get Kugitani-san on side. Everything starts here. Join me, Kugitani-san. He takes a deep breath and slowly exhales. And then,
俺が損をするわけじゃない。いいだろう、乗った。だが支払いの遅延はなしだよ。少しでも遅れたらパコルでの商売はしない。
of course. Finally, we exchange our usual farewell. As usual, Kugitani-san is above, and I am below. Well, that's the Merchant's Guild for you, anyway. And then a few days later.
昇進したから自分へのご褒美なんだ。香水ください。シャネルの19番。
上履きの匂いだね。でも残念ながら現金での販売はやらなくなった。今後はパコルだけで取引させてもらうよ。
It does smell like indoor shoes. Anyway.
パコルで
Paco. Kugitani-san has kept his promise. Of course, I still pay him in cash for goods.
おい聞いたか。釘谷のおっさん、今後はパコルでしか物品は仕入れねえって。
パコルでしか物品は仕入れないって、それじゃまるで物品はパコルでしか仕入れないってことみたいじゃないか。
Dude, the name Parco isn't everyone's lips.
でも現金なんてめったに手に入らないし、俺たちにとっては都合がいいことだらけだよな。
That's right. For prisoners, Parco is more convenient than cash. While the prison keeps custody of all our real money accounts, Parco can flow a great deal more freely.
パコルならちょうど欲しいものも買えるから都合がいいわ。パコルならちょうど欲しいものも買えるしの。
Once you start using it, you'll appreciate its value. Even if you don't like it, you'll feel it. But that alone is not enough. To let Parco circulate properly, I had to instill that concept. Sumari, educate the masses. And according to the book, education is something that religious leaders always do.
パコルによる物品の買い占めですか？
That's right. Before it starts circulating, I need to gather all the prison inventory that can be purchased with Parco. You should easily be able to find out how much inventory is left for purchase.
確かにわかりますね。元より利用者も多くはありませんし、 すぐにそこをつくでしょう。いくらチューリッププリズンが炭鉱で利益を出しているとはいえ、規定の予算には限りがありますから、すぐに補充することはできないと思いますよ。
Then gather people for me. If one person hoards everything, it will raise suspicion. We need to disperse the purchases. There isn't much you can buy in the prison, just things like pencils and notebooks. Nothing life-changing.
先生、購入感染で申請したパンツが届かなくて股間が丸出しになってしまうのですが。
ただいま品切れ中だ。
タオルがもう破れておって。
それもない。
ブラジャーのサイズが合わなくて。
なくなった。
なんで何もないんですか？
知らん。下着や消しゴムが過去にこれほどまで売れたことなどない。わかるはずがなかろう。
But when those things disappear, people miss them.
貴様らには無料の乾物がある。これで一応その場はしのげ。
Undergarments and towels can be borrowed, and you can even rent used ones. Rent undergarments, what the fuck? But the prisoners treat them as if they don't exist. They're dirty, uncomfortable, and have a bad reputation. In situations like this, people will do anything to get what they need. That's why I distributed the purchased items to Sister Julia's followers.
どうしても鉛筆が欲しい。ハートマーク、ハートマーク。一つください。目がニャーみたいな絵文字。
What the fuck was that just now, man?
前田、1100パコルです。
相場の10倍、汗マーク。高すぎないかな。汗が射精してるマーク。でも仕方ないよね。拳マーク。鉛筆がないとあの子に手紙も送れないし。クソみたいな絵文字。
Bro, this hurts my brain. I position our people everywhere equally, and then having them sell at the same prices. Those prices being about 10 times higher than normal. I told them they could raise the price even more for items that sell out quickly.
全く油断してると万華どころか尻の毛まで抜き取られちゃうな。
When essential items run out, people panic. I read in a book that there was once a time when people went into a frenzy to buy the toilet paper. This is so fucking recent, huh? Holy shit, this is so fucking recent. Since we're trading in things that can be bought in the prison, none of this is a punishable offense. And no matter how high our prices go, people still need what we're selling. At the same time, the value of Parco naturally increases. Taking advantage of the shortage of supplies, we use our manpower to greatly inflate the market price. In the outside world, they'll call us scalpers.
けどその程度でパコルが長期的に運用されるようになると思いますか？
Sister Julia speaks with a hint of doubt in her voice. Even I don't think it will work perfectly. This is just the beginning. To circulate it, we needed a much bigger current. Something that generates a huge flow of money. That was also written in the book. Gambling. Okay, this is gonna go to the Hatai Gumi thing, man, because that's their territory. I like the change of look in her eyes. I'm gonna call it in. I mean, I'm also tired. I'm still gonna have to edit and upload and a few more little things before I go to sleep. It's almost midnight in 3 minutes, and I have to do all those things. Alright, this is Hentai Prison for tonight, and we're gonna continue again tomorrow. I feel excited to continue actually tomorrow. I might not even do Baldur's Gate tomorrow anyway, because I might be more interested in continuing Henpri. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy watching, and I'll see you guys on the next upload. Ciao.
雨の音が窓叩くベッドの中で聞いたいつか借りた MD をローテーションしてみて